All right, so let's get started editing a course. All right, so right away we're going to jump right into the landing page editor as a part of the course builder. You'll notice your navigation has changed up here. You can also edit the curriculum tab, which you can manage all of your course content in, the bulk importer tab, which you can get a whole bunch of course content into your course with, some non-landing page specific settings in the settings tab, back to the landing page tab. You can also use the drip schedule here to set up a time release, and we will go over that later. You can also upsell some courses, which we will go over later, as well as set up your pricing for this course, which we again will go over later. Don't worry. We won't skip any of this. And then finally, you can publish your course, the big moment where you get your course out there. It's a real thing, and we will finish off this lesson with that. So at any time, you can also preview your course landing page or your course from this course builder as well. And you can preview your landing page from the desktop view, tablet view, or mobile view. So this is what it might look like on an iPad, and this is what it might look like on an iPhone. Now going back to the desktop view, you're going to notice that when I hover over sections, some buttons will appear that will take you right to where you need to go in your course builder to edit the content in that section of the landing page. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to edit on our landing page here is the page layout. So we're going to click on page theme, and you'll see right away that we have some page themes by default already installed on our course site. So you can switch between them by hitting the activate button, and that will update your preview live so that you can see what your landing page would look like with that theme applied. Now, if you only want to see a demo of it, just click view demo and you'll be taken to a new tab in your browser with an example of that theme. Now, if you wanted to install a new theme from our theme library, you can just scroll down a bit and hit the activate button on any of these new themes. You can also discover more themes at our theme library. So I'm going to go ahead and hit activate on Horizon here, which will install the new theme and then immediately apply it to my landing page. And there you go. It's a little bit different. It manages the sections a little bit differently. I think this looks pretty good to start with. So we're going to head back to the landing page menu. Okay, so one of the first sections on your landing page is your banner section here, which needs to be eye-catching, which is probably one of the most important qualities of a landing page. So let's go ahead over to banner. So the first thing that I can do here is upload a new banner image, and there is a knowledge base link there to help you with any kind of size guidelines that you need. So I'm just going to click upload. All right, so that looks good, a little picture of space, but I can see that my white text is not really popping on that yellow bit there, so I'm going to add a banner overlay opacity. I'm going to pick a dark color and I'm going to give it a small percentage. And so that helps my white text pop a little bit. So the next thing I'm going to do is edit the banner title. This is probably the first thing that people are going to see on your landing page, so let's make it catchy. There we go, that looks good. Now I can also change the banner title color if I wanted to, and then I'm going to edit the banner subtitle. There we go, that's pretty catchy. I can also change the banner subtitle color if I wanted to. And next up is the demo video. So this is an optional thing, but it really helps sell right away. It's a visual way of selling. So I'm going to add one from YouTube, but I could also use a video from my library if I've already uploaded something that I liked. And just like that, I have a video on my landing page. I'll go ahead and save the changes. So the next step to making a really good landing page is a course description, which right now I have a small one already added, but I'm going to edit it to add some stuff. So let's go to description, and then from here, you'll see that I have a full toolbar. I can edit HTML, I can do some text formatting, and I can add images, videos, links, files, pretty much anything to your heart's content here. But I just want to add some images to my sales copy to make it pop a little bit bigger. Center text everything. Perfect. So I got some images in there. I've got some text in there. Looks pretty good. I'm going to carry on saving and back to the menu. All right, so the next thing on my theme here is the instructor. So I'm going to edit that. So if you have other instructor profiles on your course site, you can select them from the drop-down menu right here, or you can add a new one right away, which is what I'll do right now. So the first thing that I'm going to do to my new instructor is give them a better thumbnail. There we go. And then I'm just going to edit their crucial details like a first name, last name, email address for internal use. I'll give them a fun title, but you can put your professional title in here if you wish. Then there's space for a bio where you can tell a story, explain why you are the best person to be teaching this course, etc., etc. It has a full editor toolbar as well, so have fun with that. There we go, that looks pretty good. Now there's also a contact information field here. This was pre-filled here, but something like this, a PS, usually works. Hitting save to finish up, and we will go back to the landing page menu. Okay, so if we click on anything else in the landing page editor here, we're going to be jumping into a different tab of the course builder, and the first one is curriculum, so let's go in there. So this is the curriculum builder. This is where you get to manage all of your content, all of the details about it, and upload some new ones as well. So the first thing that we're gonna do is just clean this up a little bit and then add a new chapter. Let's call it chapter 3. The next thing we can do is click on add content to get started with the first lesson in chapter 3. Now you have a number of options here. You can make a video lesson, which is very popular on Thinkific. You can have a quiz, a multimedia lesson, text, survey for feedback. You can upload some PDFs. You can have a bit of a discuss forum if you have that integration set up on your course site, as well as audio lessons. You can have a downloadable lesson. You can put in your presentations, and you can have a full exam with Brillium as well. We're just going to do a video lesson for now to demonstrate. So right away, let's just give this a simple name, lesson 1, and then from there we can make this a part of the free trial. So if you set anything as a part of the free trial in your course, then someone can basically jump into the course player and watch these sections of the course for free without inputting any of their credit card information to buy your course yet. At the end of the free trial, the student will be prompted to buy the course. Next up, we can set it to draft, which means that the video lesson here will not show up to the public until I uncheck this option. I can also make this video downloadable, which means that somebody can download it and view it for offline, for instance, if they don't have a very strong internet connection or if they can only go to a library and do these kinds of things. And then you also have the option to make the video autoplay as soon as it loads. So we can turn all of that off if we want, and then we can select a video from the library if we already have some videos uploaded into our course site that we want to reuse, or we can upload a new video. So let's click and do that. So Thinkific just accepted the video into the video library, and it is now processing it, web optimizing it, and in the meantime, we are going to save the changes, and now we have a new chapter in our course. The last thing you can do here is edit the completion page. We have a default completion page that congratulates the student when they finish, or you can have your own custom completion page where you have a full HTML toolbar, again, to do whatever you wish. You can put your own templates in there, however you want to end off your course. We'll keep that default for now. And now let's check out the course. Okay, so here we are in the curriculum tab of your course builder, and it says our content looks great. Make sure to preview your course as a student. So let's do that. We'll go into the preview course tab here and jump into as a student to see the Thinkific course player in action. All right, so this is the preview mode of the course player, and you can tell because it has the return to course builder link at the top here. But otherwise, this is what a student will see in your course. The player is made up of 2 panes. One is the lesson pane and one is the navigation pane. You can make the lesson pane full screen by clicking this button up here. And we are currently in the chapters view of the course player. So you can find any lesson in your course player really easily by going to the search bar and then typing in the name of the lesson. Or you can also navigate by expanding your chapters like so. Let's check out that lesson we just made, lesson 1, the video lesson. Now, if we head back to our first lesson here and hit next, going on further, we are going to enter chapter 1. And if we keep hitting next, we'll notice that we are encouraged to continue on to audio lesson 1 here. Students can view their achievements and progress at any time by clicking that button and seeing their overall progress in the course. It keeps them going, it keeps them challenged. It gamifies the course for them. As well, if you want to add a level of interaction, you can enable discussions for your course, which are accessible by the discussion button. Anyone can start a discussion, but you can moderate all of the forum activity in your admin dashboard, and every editor toolbar in the discussion section is fully featured. You can have as much multimedia and formatted text in there as you want. Let's make a quick one. What is everyone's favorite color, with the good old Canadian spelling there. And then somebody could answer maybe blue, and then color that blue. So there you go, that's discussions. And moving on, we also have a little white question mark button down here that will allow students to send you some support emails if they have any questions about the course. You can set up your support email in the basic settings of your course site, which I will show you how to do later. The last thing is you have a little rate this course link up here that your students can use to leave a review of your course. So this is a great way of getting social proof for your course that you can add to your landing page later, and I'll quickly show you how to do that. But first we need to review the course that we just took. All right, nice little review there. We're gonna leave a 5-star rating because we're nice, and we are gonna submit that review. Perfect. That'll bring us back into the course player. So let's return to the course builder where we can do something with that review. So now that we're back in the course builder, let's head back to our landing page tab. Head into the next section, reviews. Now you can see reviews are enabled for my course here. I have the option checked, but you can uncheck that if you do not want to collect reviews for your course. But in order to show them, it needs to be enabled. So you can manage your reviews with this link here. So that's gonna take us out of our course builder and back into our admin dashboard. You can see right where we are on the left-hand menu. And in the reviews section, we can see that we already have a new review on our copy of our first course, and that reviews are enabled for the copy of our first course here. So let's check out those reviews, or review I should say, and let's give it an approval. So once a review is approved, it's going to show up on your landing page if that option is enabled in your course. So let's go check it out on our course landing page by heading back to My Courses, opening up our course, and viewing the preview. There it is, our beautiful new review, great demo course, 5 stars. That's awesome. And now we can move on from reviews into upsell courses. So upsell courses takes us into the upsell tab of the course builder naturally. And from here, we can add a couple different links to courses that we already have to our landing page to make sure that we are cross promoting. So I already have a course out there that's published and I want to show it on the landing page of my new course. So by default, the option is checked here, but I can also have it show up on the thank you page that shows when people buy my course. The section title for my landing page has already been filled in here. You might also be interested in, but I can also have it blank if I don't want a section title. Let's save the changes and head back to the preview. And there it is. You might also be interested in my other course, which happens to be free at the moment. So that course is free, but we want to make sure that this course has a price attached to it. So we are going to head over to our additional prices button here, which will look like this. This is our pricing tab if we didn't set up an integration with a payment processor. So what we need to do first is make sure that there's a connection to a payment processor so we can start getting paid for the courses that we make. So let's connect to a payment method. Clicking that button will take us to our integrations menu in our admin dashboard, and we are going to connect to our Stripe account. So if you click that button, you'll be taken to a registration form for Stripe, and if you're already a Stripe user, you can sign in at the top there. That will connect your Stripe account to your Thinkific site. You can also use PayPal to collect payments with a direct integration, or you can go through an automation tool like Zapier to use a third-party tool. Once that's all connected, we're going to head back to our pricing tab so that we can price our course. So I'm going to make a one-time payment for this course. Let's make it $9.99, and then we can have the enrollment expire if we want. So I'm going to have it expire after 365 days. That's a year. So it is now $1,000 to have this course for 1 year. Now I don't want to alienate some people with that high price point, so I'm going to add an additional course price here, and I can add a payment plan here if I wanted to. I'm going to call this payment plan to keep things simple. Let's make it $249, and then we will make it 4 payments. So this will be $249 for 4 months. I want to make sure that it has the same expiry on the enrollment as my one-time price, and I'm just going to leave the pay button text as is 4 times $249 because that's pretty clear. I'll save the additional price. There we go. And then I will save the changes on my pricing tab and then head back to my landing page where I can see my upsells right down here now includes a payment plan for my course. Now I won't see a buy button right in my banner up here yet because I haven't published yet, but you know what? I'm almost there. So there's only a couple more things that I need to do before I publish my course, and the last thing that I need to check out in the landing page is the page code. So this page code field here is where you will put any kind of scripts that you need to in order to integrate a tool or a service onto your landing page. So if you don't know what that means, that's okay. But if you do come across some script that you want to install on a web page, this is where you do it for a landing page. Just keep that in mind. So let's say I had a whole bunch of existing course content already, and I want to add it all to my course, but not one by one, just like we did in the curriculum view. Let's head over to the bulk importer to do that. So in the bulk importer, we have some windows here where we can drag and drop some files, and Thinkific will import them all and optimize them all at once for us, so we don't have to do it one by one. From here, we can also rearrange some lessons, delete some lessons or chapters, as well as create some new chapters. So let's make a new chapter, call it chapter 4, and then add some content to that chapter. So I'm just going to drag and drop a couple files that I have already into the window. So all of that is done uploading, and at this point I can rename things if I want to, or I can reorder some lessons in my chapter here. I can also reorder the chapters if I want. Okay, so now that all of our course content is in our course, we want to release it over time, and we can do that with a drip schedule. Let's head over to the drip tab, hit create drip schedule, and now we can release our content over time. Now you can release content over time two ways based on student enrollment date or when this course is released. If I pick when this course is released, that is cohort based, so anyone who has joined will all get the course content at the same time, and anyone who joins after the last piece is released will have all of it. Now if I pick based on student enrollment date, that is an evergreen solution, meaning that whenever a student enrolls, they will get the content so many days after their enrollment, no matter when they enroll. So let's go ahead and schedule all of our content to be a week apart. I want my first lesson to be available right away, so I'll leave it 0, and then I will go to my next chapter and set all of the content for 7 days after enrollment, and I will do the same with my next chapter a week apart from the last chapter, and my chapter 3 and 4 will be all released in the 3rd week. Once I'm finished, I'm going to save my changes, and now I have a drip schedule that will release my content over time. The last step is to make sure that we have covered all of our bases in the settings tab. So I'm going to go to the settings tab, and the first thing that I can do is edit my basic settings, which of course is my course name. So I'm going to change that to complete guide to course creation, and then I can edit the URL for my course. So I'm going to get rid of this URL. This can be thought of the slug or the permalink, and it should be some words separated by hyphens. Then I can put in an estimated time to completion, which will show up on my landing page in some themes. And I'm just going to say 2 hours for this one. I'm not quite sure, but that seems like a good guess. And then after that, I can make this course private, which will hide the buy button and tell people to contact me personally to get access to the course on my landing page. Or I can make it hidden, which will hide this course completely from my course site. No one can access it unless I give them the URL. I'm going to uncheck both of those. And I can also initiate some completion certificates if I am hooked up with a Credible. Now, a Credible comes free with the business plan right now, so I would suggest taking advantage of that if you are on that plan or thinking about it. And then you come here, enable your course completion certificates, and they will get sent out automatically when a student finishes your course. We'll uncheck that for now. I don't want to delete my course because I set it up so well, but I could if I wanted to here, and I will save my changes. Now the next thing to do in basic settings is change the course card. The course card is a miniature version of your course landing page that will show up on your course site page that will allow people to click on it and enter into your landing page from there. So let's change the default image here and add a quick description to the course card. Okay, so that looks a lot better already. I'll hit save. And then we'll head back to the settings here. The next thing we can do is choose a theme for our course player. Now we saw it in the white theme, but we can also have an inverted black theme. It might be easier on the eyes. It might just be the way you roll. That's okay. I'm going to stick with the white theme for now. I don't need to save my changes because I made none. And then I'm going to head into the admins and payees section of the settings. So if you have people that are working with you on courses that you also want to get some money from the revenue, you can do this through course payees. Or if you want other people to manage your courses for you, you can set them up as a course admin. Now I already have users set up, and I will show you how to do that later on in this course. But for right now, I'm just going to show you how to set up a course payee in a course. So you'll have a list of them already. I have one here preset, and I'm just going to add them. And then I'm going to give them a percentage of the revenue from this course. So they did about a quarter of the work, so I'm going to reward them with a quarter of the revenue. I'll save that payee, and then move on to course administrators. Now, I don't want to do all the work here. I do want to create courses and have fun, but I have someone who is going to manage them for me, keep them updated, maybe create some new courses for me, and they're already added as a user on my site. So I'm going to go ahead and select them from the drop-down menu here, click Add, and now it shows me which course admins I have for this course. So they're going to manage that course for me now. And that's it. We are ready to publish. So we are ready to publish now that we have everything set up in our course. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the Publish tab and hit that nice big button. Now our course is publicly available on our course site. And I'll show you what that looks like by simply logging out of my account. And now we're on my site landing page, which hasn't been set up yet, but you can see that I have an extra course here, the one that we just made, and I'm going to click on it to access my landing page. And now I also have a buy button here with the full course price, as well as every other section in my landing page set up. And that's how you create a course in Thinkific along with the landing page at the same time.